Hello every pony, Dyslexia here. Link to my Divinian art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you'd like to do that. Now warning, this video will contain pictures from Google and Patreon that is not mine. Please go and give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. And also it's going to contain spoilers for the episode The Cutie Mark Chronicles. So if you haven't seen the episode, there's going to be a link to the episode down below. Go and see that instead of seeing this. And if you don't like it, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we actually start the episode where the Cutie Mark Crusaders are ziplining. It's a little bit, more dangerous than the other things that they have done so far. And I also noticed that Scootaloo is talking about the cannon and stuff like that. But then they figure out that that is maybe not a very safe thing to do, and that's thankfully not something they're going to do. Actually, this episode is the episode I would recommend to newcomers because we actually see how the main six got their cutie marks. And first we start with Applejack that don't want to live at home anymore for some odd reason, and goes to Manhattan and try to be posh and fine and stuff like that, but finds out that she don't work in those conditions, or how to say that environment is not something for Applejack. And she looks out the window one day that she's really homesick and sees the rainbow and run home and find out that she was meant to take care of the farm and stuff like that. I really do like this backstory, and it looks a lot like my own backstory, how I got my cutie mark. So yeah, I do believe that this is one of the more greater, you know, background stories that we have to the ponies, but we still don't know what happened to Applejack's parents, and I do believe that was why she, go from the farm and stuff like that. But yeah, the next pony they run into is Fluttershy, and I must admit I'm a little bit terrified of her background story. I know that she got caught by the butterflies, but if the butterflies wasn't there to catch her, she would have fallen to her death. So the sweet story about, the Pegasus race being the reason to how she got her cutie mark and stuff like that, I'm like, oh yeah, you should be thankful that you are alive. But it's a cartoon show, so of course the butterfly helped her, and that's great. So yeah. Also, I do believe that Rainbow Dash is a little bit too rash, or how to say that. I wish that she would have gotten her cutie mark by saving, Fluttershy after she saw that they kicked her off the cloud, or how to say that, so she fell. But I also think it's pretty cute the way that, Fluttershy learns to speak with the animals and, doing all of these other stuff. So I will let it slide, but I still don't like it that much. I'm sorry. But yeah. And then we come to Rarity, and she talks about her horn glowing up and her finding the jewels and stuff like that, and she uses it in the play for the small ponies on their fancy get-ups and stuff like that. And then she gets her cutie mark for gem finding, and I'm like, okay, so she was happy and got her cutie mark for gem finding, and she somehow realized that she could mixture the two, like gem finding and making clothes. That's actually quite unique, and also something that ties all of these events together is the sonic rainbow. I forgot to talk about that. There is a rainbow that leads Applejack home. There's a rainbow that makes the animals scared, and there's a rainbow that shares the stone in half. That's actually quite a rainbow to have, but yeah, I do really love the way that Rarity's Horn is taking her out on, this finding quest for gems and stuff like that. I do believe that she was meant to be a jeweler or a gem finder, and maybe not a fashionista, but the love she has for making clothes and stuff like that, it makes sense that she would use, both things. Why choose just one when you can have both things? I would also have taken both things, so yeah. But then we come to the interesting one. We come to Twilight's backstory, and she actually first starts on reading on magic and practicing magic after she sees Celestia raises the sun. And I do think it's very interesting that she wasn't that interested in magic before. And we also see that she have to learn a lot and she have to practice a lot. And I do believe that with some ponies, magic just comes natural, and other ponies have to learn and study a lot. And I must admit, if Twilight had problems with magic before, I bet she didn't have the drive or stuff like that to do magic. But she sees, Celestia raises the sun, and then she has a goal actually in mind, even though that's a pretty, long term goal. But I do believe that in the future we will actually see Twilight raise the sun, and we already have seen her when she, borrows Celestia's power in later episodes. But yeah, I do like the way that the Twilight is trying to open the egg in the exam. I also think that's a weird exam. I do believe that none of the other, magical ponies can actually open the dragon egg, and the dragon egg was meant for Twilight to open and hatch, or meant for the chosen one to open and hatch. And Celestia was just walking by because it's her school, and she noticed Twilight's very big power and goes in and are making sure that Twilight is under her wing, so nothing as big as this happens ever again, and makes everything evil or bad or stuff like that. She turns her own parents into plants, and she makes a big dragon and stuff like that out of Spike. And I'm like, that's kind of random. And we know now that she perfected her powers and she can do a lot more than just this. But yeah, I do believe that Celestia already here knows that she have the power of being a alicorn. Look at the way that she has the white eyes, and the thing around her. Her magic is around her. I do believe that already here Celestia knows that she has the very great power inside her and stuff like that. So I do believe that it was not something that Twilight maybe wanted to happen, but it just happened because of the sonic rainbow. And here I'm like, Twilight told us in a recent episode that you couldn't get your cutie mark with magic, but she got her cutie mark by magic, or with the sonic rainbow. And I don't know if the sonic rainbow counts as magic, but I still believe that it does. But yeah, next pony we have Pinkie Pie, and I think this is the most cute one that there is. That that she's working on the rock farm and everything is sad, and then she sees the sonic rainbow and she becomes Pinkie Pie and holds the party for her parents. And I'm like, I do believe that it was a little bit too much for her parents, and that is why she moved to Ponyville. Because when Pinkie Pie was young, she wanted to party all of the time when she figured out her special talent. and her parents needs to work. So yeah, I do believe that is why she was sent to Ponyville. I do believe that her family still love her, and we see that Maud later comes and visits her in Ponyville. So yeah, I do believe that she has a great connection to her family, even though that we don't see them too much. And then we come to the last pony, and that is Rainbow Dash, and that is also what the Cutie Mark Crusaders was waiting for, to hear her backstory. And again, we are thrown back to the Pegasus race, but here we see that Rainbow Dash is actually defending Fluttershy's honor, as she says, and she flies in her first competition ever. And the drive and the determination makes her want to win so badly, so she makes the sonic rainbow and actually also cheats in the race, but the others also cheat. So yeah, I don't know, you guys, what do you guys think about this? I do believe that she flies so fast at last, so she could actually have pulled the sonic rainbow off without doing the pushing and stuff like that. But yeah, the sonic rainbow happens, and Rainbow Dash gets her cutie mark, and we get this sappy ending where Twilight writes to Celestia that we all have a special connection, and we should all have this special connection and stuff like that. And I'm like, I really do love this, because I actually recently found out that me and my boyfriend do have this connection. We have seen each other when we were younger and stuff like that. And I also have it with some of my friends, but not all of my friends I have known for like forever. So yeah, I do get the feeling, I just like, Twilight, you should maybe think a little bit more about, your cutie mark was not a coincidence. Your cutie mark came from the sonic rainbow that Rainbow Dash made, and all of the other main six got their cutie marks as well because of the sonic rainbow. So yeah, that's something to think about. That's also why we have so many headcanons and backstories about what would happen if the sonic rainbow did not happen and stuff like that, or one of the other ponies made the sonic rainbow. I do believe that the sonic rainbow have a very big part of the ponies getting their cutie marks, but I do believe that they will get their cutie marks eventually, especially Twilight. I do believe that she has this raw ability hidden in between, the lines and stuff like that, and I do believe that Pinkie Pie would have seen something else besides a rainbow maybe, and Rarity would have found gems eventually, and Fluttershy could have talked with animals in Cloudsdale. I know that she says that butterflies don't fly that high, but there must be other animals up there like birds or something like that, so I do believe that she also would have gotten her cutie mark in time. And of course Applejack, because she would have gotten homesick and going home no matter what, so yeah. But let me know what you think, you guys, and I'll be off. This was actually all. Do remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner, and do remember to have fun. Yeah, okay, bye.